I don't believe them.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Officers meeting of October 26, 2023. Joanne, could you please establish if we have a quorum?
Okay,
Right. Well, I'm not, David Israel is not able to hear us, so
I know.
he can't, he can't be, said we can't.
I know.
well, not until it's on.
Anyway, Ed Grossman, are you able to hear us?
I hear you perfectly.
Okay.
In fact, better than
No,
when I'm
no,
in
be
the
quiet.
office.
Just keep
John
going.
Bernaggio,
No,
Here.
it's enough.
Stuart Richland,
Here.
Joshua Fabro,
Here,
Joshua Caputo,
Here,
David Boaz.
Here.
I'm here, we have a quorum.
okay, thank you. We have Kelly Jensen is here as a guest, and so is Ruth Reese.
you have my copy. You're not an officer.
Oh, we made 10 copies. No, that's,
Where are they?
I don't know, I handed them out, whoever's here. Okay,
Are you saying that David can't hear us?
right,
Okay.
so are there any corrections to the minutes as presented?
No, I can't see it. It doesn't.
She can't see them anyway.
See it? It's fine.
Let me look for you.
Patricia Caputo reported that she has reviewed the Academy bus driver. She would review the invoices from now on. She will be looking into alternative companies and asking Donald to prepare an RFP.
Excuse me, I'll be reviewing invoices from now on.
That's what's in the minutes.
Moved, accepted, presented.
I said that?
Okay,
Why would I say that?
so I have a motion by David Boaz, a second by Patricia Caputo.
Okay. You just found it to me.
For accepting.
We're accepting, yep,
Okay.
no corrections to the minutes.
President's report.
Presidency, well,
See,
I don't
he
know.
can talk, he just can't hear.
I know, but he can't tell.
Yeah, he can't, he doesn't know that.
So go on until we get,
So, okay,
He's gonna try in 10 minutes.
yeah, so.
all right.
So,
So the only thing I can tell you, for those of you that don't know, I've been in touch with Donald. He should be coming home today or tomorrow. Okay, he is going to have to go back in 30 days to the hospital. But in the meantime, he'll be working from home till he feels better. Okay, so other than that, everything else is copacetic. So we'll start off with the officers' report. Patricia, ladies first.
well, why don't you skip me and go around to the others,
Okay,
please?
Stu Richard.
The only thing is, the number of people coming into the office asking questions about things that they should have been told by their boards of directors, and the boards of directors are absentees. And so, it's creating a lot of problems for the, new residents. And we can't do anything about it. It's not our issue, period, that's it.
Okay, Dominic.
The circumferential roads are almost new condition, with very few potholes, and they're holding up very, very, very well. The problems are on the side roads where they belong to the associations, and they're in very need some repair work. And Donald had started some. We have 4 manholes that were brought back up to grade
Right,
in our circle, and that's been completed. That's it.
okay, Patricia.
I just finished watching a very disturbing video from the Finance Committee. I am shocked and surprised that none of you got out, and you should have walked out. The subject was definitely inappropriate. And I think that when the meetings are going on, whether it's transportation, finance, or any other meeting, the person should be talking about what the meeting is for, not what everything that's going on in the village. I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you legally that should never go out to anybody in this village. I'm very disappointed. I'm glad I wasn't at the meeting yesterday. And I think when we have a meeting, when I have a transportation meeting, I only talk about transportation. If people have something to say that's going on, there's different meetings to bring it about, but that is a personal matter that is not even finished. And I, for one, will not attend or stay at any meeting where there's a lot of nonsense being said or knocking people. That's inappropriate. It's very inappropriate. Nobody is perfect here. We were all great workers or whatever we were in the past. We're not now. We're all older people. And I think we should be very careful in what we say and do. That's what I have to say.
Thank you. Joanne?
My only comment is that I'm getting more and more information from Kiva and from WPRF regarding various events and whatnot. So as season approaches, we're developing a good dialogue so that the television stations will have accurate and up-to-date information. And hopefully we can just continue that and, you know, bring more and more informative programming and entertaining programming to the community. But other than that, we're just getting along.
Cruising along.
I'm good to go.
It's 591 for the information. Some people were asking 590, 590 and 91.
91 and 92. There's 3 stations.
Oh, I thought the 92 was for,
Well, I vary what's on all of them.
okay, because
Yeah.
people are
Yeah,
asking.
the main one is 590. That'll have the most direction of what's on where.
Right,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are asking, which is
590,
good,
start there.
and a lot of people are starting to watch.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Mr. David Boaz, you're next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll stick to the 3 issues that I have here. Update everybody on the elections committee. And I reached out to Ken Grout and John Gregg if they would reconsider what they had originally sent in an email to us, that they didn't want to take that project on, but I reached out to both of them because it's closer than we think it is.
Yes.
Right,
And they both agreed to do it. And we talked a little bit about it. They are going to put in an additional count prior to the announcement of the winners. The process will be that if the delegate assembly is still being held on to, is still in session, that they will give me a sealed envelope, since I'm the corresponding secretary. I will open it and announce it at the delegate assembly. If they don't, and they're still counting on it, they'll bring it to me and I'll open it here at a meeting that Friday, because I think we usually have security that Friday too. And I'll make the announcement. Then I will put it in the Z drive. I'll give it to Joanne, recording secretary, to also record it. And then it will be given to Donald to put into the safe.
Maybe that Friday we can move security back to 1:30 instead of 1 o'clock to give you some additional time. If you think
It doesn't matter.
we got a couple of months, I'm just saying.
That really doesn't matter. Whenever the counts are satisfied. If it's done during the delegate assembly, I'll open it up. And let everybody know about the results, or if it has to come to the first meeting here. No problem. And they're going to use the same service that we had before.
oh,
Well, it's a clerical error. Everything that was done was a clerical error, and that's why they're going to put on an additional count to make sure that there's any correct. There was nothing fudged. It was all a clerical error. Just
oh, no, I know.
columns weren't added up correctly. So they're going to institute another count to verify, and then verify.
Okay,
And no alterations to the final document.
No,
No whiteout.
Yeah. Yeah, I've made sure of that as well. Thank you. Next thing I want to go to is the volunteer luncheon. And Bobby and Diane did a lot of work on this. And there were a lot of places that they visited and they called and so forth like that. And the committee has settled on the Drive Shack. Very easy to get to. You go down Military to Belvedere. Belvedere, you take a left and you drive right to the airport. It's a total of 5 miles from here. Not that I forget the name of the restaurant that we worked here the last 2 years.
Rollatini.
Rollatini. They did a wonderful job, no question about that. But this package they put together is as competitive as what Rollatini's was. And with the new things that
WPRF,
WPRF is asking for vendors, we're gonna have trouble doing that again.
correct, I was gonna bring it to you, I forgot.
But I think the menu is satisfactory. We also have, it's on the first floor, you go in the front door, ample parking. And there's also ample handicap spaces too. You go in the front door, you take an immediate left, it's a private room, and off of the private room is a little recreation area where we have free use of that. Like a putting green if someone wants to go out and do that, or they want to play a beanbag toss or something, just something different to get away from what we have been doing. And I think it's a good choice. I think they did a nice job in selecting. I went along to view it, so I personally know what the place looks like. The menu is right here. I'll quickly go over it.
Yeah.
Salad with the ranch and honey, mustard. They're going to set that on the table. They're going to have fried chicken medallions with hot honey sauce, sliced brisket with barbecue,
Mhm.
mac and cheese, slider buns if you want to make a Sammy. They have a coleslaw, chocolate chip cookies,
Oh, there we go.
and it includes soft drinks, lemonade, iced tea, and ice
Very
water.
nice, all right, large enough. What's next?
And this is based on what the turnout was from last year at 85 people. And the amount due is 4702.73. So it's very competitive. And that includes all the tipping and
Oh, it's good.
and the service charge.
And it's
That's
within
all
the
inclusive.
budget, which is
It is
within the
within, yeah.
$4,800.
Very good.
And if somebody wants to go out and drive balls, you can get up to 6 people for an hour. And you pay for that yourself,
Of course.
but that's up to them.
What day is this?
This is going to be. On the front page. This is gonna be Sunday, February 11th,
What time?
12:30.
Oh,
12:30,
that's good. Okay.
It says from 12 to 3 PM.
right? And it's gonna be a buffet style. They're gonna wait until 12:30 to get everything to set up, but the waitresses will get your drinks for you.
Okay.
So that's, I think it's gonna be nice, and it's a nice room. Of course, well, air conditioned.
Okay.
If somebody wants a cocktail, they can purchase it, but they have to go upstairs on their own and get it.
Okay.
I didn't feel, they offered to serve drinks, I said, no. I said, nice for you to sell it, but I don't think you, Coach, should be involved in that.
That's correct.
If somebody wants to get it,
That's
they
right.
go and get that themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
This says that they require a $2,351.37
Right,
deposit.
right. They're gonna have to
Okay.
ask Chris for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
make sure he doesn't leave.
I think Bobby did a little outside thinking on this and like I said, with the current things coming up with the use of the rooms at WPRF. Probably a good thing she did this.
Can I tell you something? I went, what?
Loud.
Oh, I went to, I was gonna make some kind of party at WPRF and she said, I said, are you gonna have a caterer? I said, maybe. She said, I don't think a caterer will want to come in. And they handed me a paper. I could not believe it. She said, no one will agree with that. That's why there's all the parties that have been there, people brought in their own food. And you can't even have the caterer come on the property because there's another paper, the liability, they have to sign for the liability if somebody falls. So having food delivered here in the clubhouse is probably not going to ever happen. That's why the fair was canceled. They
Yeah.
could not, they would not agree with all that they were asking for.
David, could you make a motion for this? Please?
I'll
Yes,
second.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the Drive Shack.
What?
Can you hear us?
He
No.
can't hear you.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by David, second by Patricia. To accept Drive Shack. For volunteer luncheon,
On,
2/11/2024.
wow, 24.
I was looking for a contract, but I don't, I'm gonna have to sign.
Now, I'll call her.
Well, I'm gonna get Chris to cut a check, so.
Yeah. I just might even just drive it over so they have it. Not that far to go.
No, that's right, take your time.
Another thing, it actually will make it easier for the volunteers there too, because they won't have to worry as much about seeing that there's drinks and so forth like that. It's all gonna be served. It's all gonna be nice. I think everybody will enjoy it. I'm hoping, but I could be wrong.
There's always gonna be some catch,
Is
so
there any discussion on the motion?
No.
Okay,
We'll call the vote.
call the vote, please.
All right.
You may call me first.
He votes no.
Ed Grossman,
Yes.
do you approve
He
the,
said yes.
Said yes.
he said yes.
Yes.
Okay. Dominic Donaggio,
Yes,
Stuart Beck,
Yeah.
Richland, Fausto Cadwell,
Yeah, okay, go.
Patricia Caputo,
yes,
David Boaz,
Yes.
and I say yes. It's unanimously approved.
Okay, approved. Thank you, everybody.
no,
Thank
the
you.
next thing.
Many thanks. Yeah.
My mother.
All right, so
I'll go to the last thing. I know David spoke about this earlier.
yes,
And I'm in total agreement with him. But however, it was brought up at the advisory committee. And since no one on the committee wanted to present it, I told him I will bring it forward. Request for an engineering study of the roadways. I agree with Dominic's assessment. And if this is something that would be approved. And even if it's not approved, it might be a good thing to get our last analysis. And see if they can recertify it.
updated.
It's like sometimes you'll get an architect's drawing, then you find out it has to be certified. You just go to them and a lot of times they'll just say, sure, this is good.
So make
But
the
I will
motion.
make a motion that we have an engineering study done for the roadways.
Is there a second on that motion?
No,
No second, motion dies. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You're welcome.
why don't we make a motion to take our old engineering study?
Because that wasn't what we were asked.
I know, but I'm just asking if you wanted to do that.
It's an infrastructure thing. Was that?
Okay,
Right, well, that was what was suggested to get an update, but it was told, no, we need a new one.
okay,
So this is what he did.
All
That
right.
was the request of the committee.
okay,
All right,
moving on.
treasurer's report. You got a treasurer's report?
I doubt it.
Boy. I don't, he said he could hear, but he's not.
Ed, can you hear us?
Are you talking to me?
No,
Yes, sir. I'm looking for a treasurer's report.
Oh, then you're talking to me. I appreciate you asking, and I think this is a wonderful meeting.
oh, give me a break.
I think you're out of turn.
Oh, you
However,
heard that, huh? See how he's been good to
however,
keep it?
the finance meeting, while I hear an objection, that's fine. Life is not everybody agrees. And I was asked to explain certain things, which will be explained in detail with backup. No governing body agrees with everybody unless they really don't have the information. So as far as I'm concerned, it was a very, very good meeting. I don't like what I just heard from
Tough.
Mr. Fausto. And David knows that, I'm sure. But like all things, it'll be taken care of. So
Good. So that's your
let's move
report?
ahead, because I feel no matter what, how wrong you guys are, you're
Could you
trying to
please
do
give
the
the
best you
report?
can.
Could you please give us a report and stop going on like you always do? Where
Well,
is the report? You never talk about finance. I am not going to sit here and listen to you put everyone down and talk nonsense. Talk about what you're supposed to. You're not doing your job. Talk about
I like that
finance.
because you have absolutely no knowledge of what a finance meeting covers.
How do you know?
How?
Okay.
I'm calling for
All
an
right.
adjournment
Wait,
if you go on.
you are talking, I'm answering, and I'm not gonna go any further.
Good.
Finance, as far as I'm concerned, is anything that has to do with money.
Okay,
And I talked about a lot of money. And
Ed.
yet,
so a vice president is asking you for a financial report. Do you
That is
have
the-
one or you don't?
well, I
Very simple.
definitely do. And the financial report is, I think we blew it on certain things. And I think we're blowing it right now. And I
Sorry,
have
guys.
a nice trip.
Make a
not wasting
Make
my
sure you
motion.
take
I
your
make a
call.
motion to adjourn this meeting. Anybody agree or not?
Second,
Bye.
thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
Wonderful, wonderful. It just proves my
Why are
point.
you listening to this? meeting?
Just proves
shut it
my
off?
point.
Please, thank you. Yes, all right.
Wonderful.